How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing another Tell Me What It's Like to Work in America Without Actually Telling Me, part 3. We're going to be checking out this one, continuing our journey with the TikTok Reacts compilations. In fact, the channel is called TikTok Reacts. You can find a link to that down in that description section. Smash that like button while you're down there. And we're going to find out some more about the bad working conditions and the lack of empathy from the bosses here in America. I got a ton of comments on the last one. People were appalled. They could not believe it that this is actually how the bosses and stuff treat the employees in America. And it's true. This is for sure how they do. And we're going to go ahead and get into it.
Tell me what it's like to work in America without telling me what it's like to work in America.
I am in the hospital.
More robot voices, guys. I'm sorry. Just bear with me here. It's okay because I'm reacting to it, right? And I'm your favorite YouTube React channel.
I just had my baby. I won't be at work today. What? I thought she was due until the end of July? She came 6 weeks early. I told you I was in labor on Saturday.
Yep.
I didn't think it was real labor. Well, she was born 30 minutes ago, so I won't be able to be at work for a little while.
Right.
Silence. We aren't ready for you to be gone yet.
Well, too bad.
They are making sure her lungs are developed. I have to get ready for work. Click.
Yep.
Ring,
yep.
ring. We need to know how to put paper in the credit card machine.
Jeez. Yeah, they always want you there. They don't care. There's no empathy, like I said, guys.
I was the supervisor in charge of donuts at a bakery.
Donuts, yum.
I only have about a couple months of experience in it, but they gave me the supervisor position for $18 an hour. Now, the woman I was working with, who was technically underneath my position, had 6 years of experience and was getting $17 an hour.
Wow.
Even though she was doing way more than me. And when I talked to my boss about it and said, hey, like, she deserves more money, in fact, she probably deserves the supervisor position, he threatened me.
Wow. Why?
And then fired me. And then fired her.
Why? That's just wrong. And kudos for him, you know, he's like, hey, look, she's got way more experience. She's paid less. She needs to be paid more. And she probably deserves a supervisor position more because I'm not that experienced. And they get rid of both of them. Like they hatch this scheme together. And like, how dare you confront your boss, evidently, about any kind of thing like that, because they don't want to hear it from you. You're a peasant on the bottom in their eyes.
Sis, I got you.
Robot voice.
Hey, I'm putting in my days off request for my wedding.
Okay.
Why days? A wedding is only one day. I know, but I need the day before off to prepare. And I would like a couple days off after my wedding so I can spend time with my husband.
Completely reasonable. What if they're going on honeymoon, right? I mean...
Hey, I noticed that you haven't accepted my days off yet.
America.
I still don't see why you need that many days off.
She already told you.
It's only a total of 5 days. I'm telling you ahead of time so that I don't stress you out later.
Right.
Hey.
Plenty of notice. And she says, okay.
My clients are already rebooking with me on the days I need off. Can you please block it? Why didn't you ask me earlier? Now I have to call each guest to rebook because of you being irresponsible.
Wow.
I hope you know I'm not coming in on my wedding day. It's ridiculous. I quit.
Yeah, exactly. She gives her 6 months notice. She says, okay. Then she doesn't accept the days off. So then she's like, okay, well, I'll just give her some more notice 3 months in advance. And, oh, well, no, I still don't see why you need the many days off, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, guys, that's how it goes. That sucks.
The day I turned 16, I went to get a little job at this restaurant in my town, and they hired me on the spot. So on my 16th birthday, I took my first shift.
Okay.
The restaurant was owned and ran by this man who was like always there, always watching us. He had cameras all over the restaurant to watch us, whatever, not a big deal. Also, side note, they only hire women as waitresses at this restaurant, which is weird, but I'll get to that. One day, I asked to take off because I had been working every single day for like the past weeks, and I wanted to go to a concert so bad, and my boss would not let me go to the concert. Like, he was like, no, like, we need you, even though the restaurant was not busy at all.
You know, I hope the bosses realize, which I'm sure they don't. If you treat your employees better, you give them a little bit more respect, you give them a little bit more leniency when they're asking you in plenty enough time in advance for days off, they'd probably be happier to work for you. That's why there's such a high turnover rate in this country, because they get fed up with the bosses, they quit, or the bosses are assholes and they fire them. How about you treat your people better and you'd have less turnover rate? You'd have more dedicated employees. That's just my opinion on it. But hey, what do I know?
I was literally begging him and like so upset. Like I really wanted to go. It was like my favorite artist at the time, blah, blah, blah. This 50-year-old man looked me in the face. I was 16 at the time. I swear to God. And he says, if you come in my office right now and suck my dick, I'll give you off. I
Report that man to Chris Hansen to catch a predator.
said no. I went to the concert anyway and he fired me.
Wow.
Sweet, it's payday. And I'm broke.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I can feel that one. Hit my soul.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello?
David, it's Ryan.
Oh, hey, bro.
I know it's your day off. I need you to come in.
Yeah, no.
I really, really need you,
I
buddy.
would. I normally do.
Yeah, you normally always
But I
do.
actually have a migraine right now, so I'm not really doing much of anything.
Well, go ahead and take an Advil. I need you to come in.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not going to come in, I'm going to have to find somebody else. I can't have this inconsistency.
It's his
Yeah.
day off.
All
right, well-
Yeah, well, fuck you.
Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah, it's his day off. You don't get days off in America. They tell you you get days off and then they call you into work. I mean, you do get days off, but they do call you into work quite a bit.
Hello, I will not be coming into work today as I am currently going into labor.
I didn't think robots went into labor.
Wait, what? Who is going to cover your shift? I am not sure. I can't find someone to cover. But I told you that I was already 3 centimeters dilated a week ago and that he was coming soon.
Right, yeah.
Okay, are you taking time off or coming back when you get out of the hospital?
What in the... Some of these people are just straight up dumb.
I am not sure if you are joking. Is that a serious question? I filed for FMLA, so
FMLA, if anybody from America that's watching this is not familiar, it's called FMLA because it stands for the Family Medical Leave Act. That's the whole thing that gives you 6 weeks unpaid time off. It's basically like the federal way of saying that like your boss can't fire you. You got 6 weeks to take off work after you get pregnant or after you give birth.
is that a no? You know you don't get paid. Can you call someone to come in?
Yeah, and that's another thing. The 6 weeks maternity leave is unpaid. They just hold your job for you. Sometimes they fire you after you come back, though. They look for dumb reasons, but they're supposed to hold your job for you for 6 weeks by law.
No, I am giving birth right now. I will see you in 12 weeks.
12? Thought it was only 6. Is it 12? It's unpaid. I know that. I could have swore it was only 6 weeks. I could be wrong.
So my husband used to work for Sonic drive-thru. Our daughter was 3 months old at the time. She had quit breathing and was like purple. I called him frantically and was like, I'm taking her to the hospital. It's bad. You need to meet me there. His manager was not happy about it, but he left. That hospital had to transfer her to another one because they couldn't handle the situation. She had vomit in her lungs. Her oxygen levels were not stabilizing. The bigger hospital kept her for 3 days, trying to figure out what was wrong and trying to stabilize her oxygen levels. It was scary enough where he did not go back to work for those 3 days. He stayed in the hospital by her side. When she was released, he got a work note from the hospital like he was supposed to and went back to work. They had the nerve to tell him if it ever happened again, he was fired. Over a job that pays $2.75 an hour, plus tips, no real growth opportunity, no real career opportunity.
Right. Wow, that's the saddest thing I heard all day, to be honest with you. That sucks.
Hi, congratulations on your new baby. When do you plan to come back to work? Hi, I'll be back for weeks from Friday. That's when my 6-week mark is up.
Okay, yeah, it is 6 weeks. I wonder why that other girl said 12. That's weird.
Unfortunately, you are out of your PTO days, so we will need you back sooner.
PTO is paid time off. You get so many, basically vacation days, because you get paid for your vacation days. I think that's what PTO is, paid time off.
I was hoping you could come back in the next week or two. We are really short-staffed. I'm not medically released until 6 weeks after birth.
Exactly.
We will have to review your employment with the company then. Can you come in for a meeting next week? You're the
No.
new HR manager. Yes. So I'm assuming you know about FMLA? If you cannot make it to your evaluation next Wednesday, your employment will be terminated. I just had a baby 12 days ago. I'm baffled by this. No, I will not be there.
Nope. Ain't going to work. By law. That's how they go. They push you into quitting or they fire you. Douche Canoe fires me. Company forced to pay unemployment and additional compensation for wrongful termination. Then the douche canoe was fired. Justice was served. Great.
Sure, I'll go first. So I usually would wear my hair straight to the office because sometimes I would just get a blowout. But then one day I decided that I was going to start wearing my hair curly, similar to this. Got a call into my boss's office and saying, "Hey, Kenya, you actually can't wear your hair like that. It's not appropriate."
What?
What do you mean it's not appropriate? So it's offensive. What's offensive?
To who? And why? Why would your hair be offensive? I got dreads. People don't like it, but you know what? Screw people. I do what I want. She can do what she wants. This is supposed to be a free country. This is the earth with 8 billion people, with 8 billion different personality types and interests and wants and needs and stuff they care about. And I think anybody can wear their hair however the damn well they want to wear their hair. People might judge. People judge me for being a white guy with dreadlocks. F it. Let him judge me. I don't care. I'm going to do me.
The way you wear your hair. Naturally curly, yes. So the way that my hair grows out is offensive. But if I chemically straighten my hair to look like yours, then it's not offensive.
That is racist. Her naturally curly hair, because she's, a darker skinned lady with naturally curly hair. It's literally in her genetics. I mean, it's been in her family's DNA for thousands of years. She's African descent. They have curly hair. That is absurd.
Correct. This is America.
America.
Sorry I can't go on vacation.
I got a question, guys. I just got a TikTok. I made a question, and it was like, if you're European and you visited America, what was your biggest culture shock after visiting the United States? I put that on my community post. So if you want to go check that out, there's a link to my TikTok and everything. Could you respond with the videos? I don't know how people do it. I'm not familiar with TikTok, but I want just like this, where you got the person in the beginning that asked the question, and then you got all the people that do the video responses. That way I can use those to do reactions to. That would be amazing. Thank you.
Vacation with you guys. I have
Hold
to
on, I
save
gotta
my
go.
sorry I can't go on vacation with you guys. I have to save my vacation time for when the kids are sick. You know how that goes. Maybe in the next 5 years, hit me up and.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was 16 years old, I was a supervisor at a craft store. I worked customer service and I was a very hard worker, very responsible for my age. I worked almost every single weekend, but I had a trip planned with my boyfriend at the time. We were headed to Canada. When we took time off, we were supposed to get somebody to fill our spots. And since I was a supervisor, it had to be another supervisor. So I asked a daytime shift supervisor to help me out. She said yes. So I was on my way to Canada when I got a call from my boss. She said, "Where the heck are you?" And I said, "I'm on my way to Canada." I said, "Remember, I told you that me and Colleen were switching. Is she not there? Oh my God." She said, "No, that she's here." I said, "Okay, what's the problem?"
Yeah, right.
She said, "I never signed the time off slip." It was never written down that we were switching. So even though she was physically there for coverage, on paper she wasn't. So I got written out. It ruined most of my trip because I was worried about losing my job. Hi, Michelle.
She says, hi, Michelle. Oh, that's great. Yeah, the bosses all the time, you know, when you tell them about it in advance, even if they're okay with it, they somehow, you know, forget when it comes down to it. And then it's your fault.
I can't come to work today. The doctors want me on bed rest.
Another pregnant robot. All right.
Bring a note tomorrow. They think I'm in labor, so I might not be there tomorrow.
Probably won't be there.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I had my baby, so I won't be at work for the next 6 weeks.
Right.
You should have called me and let me know you weren't coming.
I just said it. They conveniently forget when it comes down to it.
It was 4 a.m. I'm sorry. You could have texted. You have a strict no texting to call out policy. Whatever, see you in 6 weeks.
So she was following policy and she gets berated for it. Sounds about right, I guess. That's how it goes around here. It's sad, guys. I don't mean to laugh. And I get comments all the time. It's like, well, how are you making jokes out of this? These videos should be opening your eyes. My eyes are open. I know. There's nothing I can do about it. Everybody's like, oh, well, you change your country. It's your country. You need to change it. Who's listening to me? What am I going to do about it? I'm alone in this. Not alone. I mean, there's a bunch of people that don't like it, but like, don't you know? The politics is rigged. It's all corrupt. It don't matter what we say. They ain't changing nothing. Come on now.
Okay, I'm going to jam this into 60 seconds. I worked as a therapist in 2018. I was promoted 3 times in 3 months, so should have been a big red flag for me. I was working over 55 hours a week for an entire year. I was fired 1 week shy of 1 year. I was sat in the office and told that I didn't work hard and that they were firing me. Mind you, I never took a day off. I never had sick time, nothing. Anytime I tried to, no one would be there to cover me, and my vacation and sick time would be denied. And the reason I was fired was most likely because a week before I was fired, I finally set assertive boundaries with them and told me that I needed time off because I had a huge exam for my license coming up and I needed to study for it and to take it.
Understandable.
And I lost over 400 hours in sick and vacation time. And I even was forced to go to work the day my grandma passed away.
Yeah. That's how it goes. She's working over 55 hours a week, and it was probably mandatory. And that's the thing too, you know, a normal work week here in America is 40 hours, right? 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. But, you know, and then that's what they tell you the schedule is when you get hired. Well, then after you get in there, you realize that it's mandatory overtime, which means that you don't have a choice. You have to work or you'll get fired. I had a job one time that when I got hired in, they told me the same thing, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Well, when it came down to it, like a week or two after I started, they started this mandatory 12-hour days. And then they had us coming in on Saturday for 8 hours. 12-hour every single day, 8-hour on Saturday. I had Sunday off to relax. I slept most of Sunday just to catch up because it was a manual labor, very physical, you know, physically strenuous job. We were making like windows for like manufactured homes. You know what I mean? So, and it was 12 hours a day. I was working 6 days a week. I was absolutely exhausted. I am so glad I don't have to deal with that anymore, guys. And I think that was the end of this one, actually. Oh, nope, one more.
920-0691.
My body's literally covered in hives. It's itching. And no one to cover her. So they're forcing her to work. That is crazy. Very, very much so. We're going to check out some comments on this. It says, America, home of the brave, land of the anything but free. Pretty much. From the UK here, I just watched this video open-mouthed, in shock at your employee rights. Oh, sorry, no employee rights. For those in the US that are not aware of employee rights in Europe, I urge you to please look them up because you guys in the US are being exploited big time. No, I know, it's insane. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this specific TikTok compilation is to maybe open up the eyes of the fellow Americans here, right? so that they can see for themselves, like, this isn't normal. On a worldwide scale, this isn't so normal. Somebody says, I'm very grateful for the employment laws and regulations we have in the UK/Europe. These stories are like something from the 1800s. If any of these people ever worked outside the US, they are in for a huge surprise. The USA seems very backwards these days. Yes, it for sure is. For sure is. In Belgium, like a lot of other European countries, you have a paid maternity leave for 16 weeks. Most women take off at 4 weeks before labor and 12 weeks after. You can even take a paid paternity leave after your maternity leave is due. Yeah, so that's the thing. You'll be working up until the point where your water breaks around here. It's crazy. Somebody says, and here I am, scared that after my 16 months of paid maternity leave, when I come back to work, I'll be obligated to work shifts again, which would be difficult because my daughter is only in daycare until 3. Only to hear my slightly confused boss tell me that she never even considered me putting me back into long shifts. I should just tell her what days and hours would be convenient for me and my child. And you know what? We need skilled workers here. So if the US is so horrible, consider to move somewhere else. Yeah, that's crazy. She's like, yeah, and that's crazy. And I'm here, scared after my 16 months of paid maternity leave. 16 months of paid maternity leave. Here, the best you get is 6 weeks unpaid. That is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Somebody says the curly hair looks great. Your boss is racist. Yes. Yes, I agree. Also, somebody says right here, America, the most backwards country. Even Ethiopia has maternity leave. That is crazy to me. Even Ethiopia has maternity leave. They're doing better than we are here. Well, anyways, that was that, guys. Let me know down below your experiences with this, and you guys have a super fun, awesome day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.